What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, I want to give you a quick update on what is happening with Solana right now because it is getting a little bit interesting. We're finally getting a little clarity, and I think that's super important for future growth. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at Solana here, what we can see is that we now have confirmed a structure on both the bottom and the top side, and that is beautiful. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, as Solana's price has been venturing downwards, we did see quite recently that we put in not only one, but two, and now, of course, three different points of resistance, which does give us a confirmed trend to the upside. Now, what we just saw over the last couple of days, and finally confirmed with this little pump that we're seeing right now, is that Solana has also given us 1, 2, 3 points of support, giving us a confirmed trend to the bottom side. Now, generally speaking, what I would do is I would do something like this, right? I would go ahead and draw in some type of structural support of this nature, of course, connecting these 3 points of support. But realistically, considering the fact that we are on a major support level, which is, of course, at 618 to 786 bucks, I'm just going to leave this as the major point of support. But the fact that we, of course, did just get our third establishment of support with the confirmed bounce does tell me that the trend is now established down here, and we now have structure. Now, the reason why I love structure so much, the reason why this is so important is because it makes things easy to quote unquote predict. Now, you can't make predictions within the world of crypto, but what you can do is kind of put yourself in a situation to where you understand if this happens, then I do this. If this happens, then I do that. And then when you're able to really successfully do that, it truly allows you to go forward prepared and able to make the correct moves in the future, which is kind of a prediction, right? Now, what am I doing? Well, it's honestly quite easy. Okay, it's honestly quite easy. What I'm going to be doing is, of course, looking at this thing from a structural perspective and having an understanding that I don't know what's going to happen. That's first. Secondly, what I'm going to do as a result of that is prepare two different things, of course, just depending on what happens next. If Solana's price continues back down at any given point towards this zone of support, which is currently held up around $123, I will continue to buy, and I'm actually going to increase my rate of purchase. I'm going to start buying more. Now, I'm not saying for sure the Solana's price is going to hold up down here, right? It may continue downwards, but based off of what I'm seeing right now, based off of what we saw from the RSI, based off of what we're seeing from the whales, based off of what we're seeing from liquidations, because of all of these things, I'm becoming increasingly more confident that even if Solana's price does continue a little bit lower, maybe even back to $100, that we will find a base of support and that we will look for a continuation at some given point over the next few weeks or months. And so because of that, I am getting growingly more confident that Solana's price will bounce off support. Therefore, I will be increasing the rate of purchase and actually probably buying a little bit more. So that's direction number one. If Solana's price at any given point comes back below $123, I am going to be buying a lot more. I did, of course, buy some here, and some here. I am extremely proud of those purchases. You guys know I talked about those purchases here on the channel. You watched that live. Of course, this one did see growth of about 54%, and we did catch this one a little bit higher, like 127 bucks, and that's currently up about 17% over the last week, and those are decent sized purchases, so I'm definitely excited about that. Now, overall, of course, going forward, my idea for the future is that I'm not going to be too convinced, okay, that Solana's price is making the break to the upside until two major steps happen, okay? Major step number one is that it breaks this descending level of resistance, right? You can see it pretty clearly right here. Once we break this level of resistance, maybe it looks something like boom, bang, boom, 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 bam, boom, bam, okay? Once we break this level of resistance pretty decisively, then I'm going to start to be excited like, oh shit, Solana might be getting ready for that move back towards 250. Okay, that's possible. That's extremely possible. But the second step that I would be looking forward to even further confirm this bad boy is for Solana's price to break $188. Once we're capable of doing that, historically speaking, you're then looking for a big move to the upside. Historically speaking, once you're capable of breaking a descending level of resistance and then clearing the most recent establishment of resistance on that level, you put yourself in a position in which you can usually extend past that structure, which does extend us past $214. Yeah, that puts us past it, likely in my opinion, back up towards 250 bucks. And so the reason why I'm so excited about that is obviously that starts to open the doors for our pursuit of 400, 500, 600 bucks, like I've told you consistently. Now, this isn't going to be fast. It's not going to be this month. I don't see that happening, but it's a process. It's a step-by-step game plan, and that's what we like to operate on. We'd like to know what to do before it happens so we're prepared. That's what you call a little quote-unquote prediction. And so because of that, the strategy remains the same. As Solana's price does continuously move back towards the downside at any given point, I will be continuously buying as we do venture to or below $123, buying more and more the lower it gets. If at any given point Solana's price does break above this trend line, I'm looking for first to break above the trend line with a pretty successful back test, and then secondly, I'm looking for the clearance of $189. Once both of those things are capable of happening, then we're in a situation in which the door is now wide open to the upside, and maybe we can even entertain the idea of some long trades or big purchases, things like that. All things I'll talk about in the future if we do get there. And so with that in mind, I just wanted to give you a quick update as to what's happening with Solana. I love the structure. I love the bounce. The 17% gains that we're seeing right now also feel good. So of course, congratulations and shout out to you. If you do want to see more and more about what I'm doing, my trades, other people's trades, if you want alpha calls, if you want to work with some of the best gym callers in the world, if you want to see seminars and live streams and so much more value, go check out my private Discord server down in the description below. It's there for you if you do want to check it out, named HG Access. And of course, make sure you do tune in for the next video as I got a couple more coming today. But overall, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.